And I'm going to work on taking this apart. That way I can get these pins. You see right there, that's quite a bit of corrosion on there. Out. That way I can drop them in some vinegar. Looks like there's just a tab there, one tab back here. Take that apart. That way maybe I can lift these out of that channel, let them soak, clean them up. Like I said, I'm going to bend them out, make it work better. So let's go ahead and see if we can push that in. Yep. Push that side in. Yep. Always got to be one. Always want to be careful. Once you break them, then you can't go back. Ooh, gears just came out. Take my trim tool. Wiggle it. There we go. Very Star Wars motory looking. Gears came out. They sit in here. Which one drives it? No. That's not what I wanted to happen there. And this holds it together. This post holds it together. Make sure everything's lined up, I guess. Not that way. There we go. Seat toes on there. Nope. Assuming it spins this one right here, so yep, just like that. So there's the proper way of that coming out, the two green to the back. This one engages with that one, and then engages with this one. There we go. So I'm going to set that to a side. Be careful not to let that fall apart. Motor's in there pretty good. Not sure if we can get that all the way out, but what I can do is I get a big bowl, I'll put some vinegar, I'll set it down on that side, let that soak. This side's not so bad. I'll just clean those up with a Q-tip. I'll clean this whole battery compartment off. I don't want to submerge this motor. Doesn't look like there's a lot of give with the wires here to be able to knock them out. Don't want to shake them and then break the wires and then completely render it useless. So yeah, I'll probably end up getting a bowl or Tupperware, put some vinegar in it, let it sit down in there, let that eat that up. Scrape it off better with a file. You see it's worn right here as well, but this side's not bad at all. Put it all back together. I'm going to get this greased up because this thing does not want to work. There we go. Now I see what's going on. So that's what engages the tracks right or left. So it only does that. Looks to be in fast gear. And then in slow, I think this would be on the other side of it. Nope. It only engages the gears on fast gear. So that's what happens there. That's why I've been having problems with it. That's that way. Works fine. This you can see he's probably sliding something in this shaft here. I'll get all this cleaned up and then I'm going to start assembling the tank. Got it all scrubbed out with in the sink, hot soapy water. Took the decals off, used some Goo Gone, lighter fluid, got all the residue off, cleaned it all up, started baby oiling some stuff, took an assessment of what I need. So I had the 4 mud flaps, the antennas, the grenade tubes, On Yo Joe, they got a wheel on the back on top of this plastic part. Decals are ordered, and I'll start fixing the axles later, see what I got, what I need to order. But swamp skier, I got that all taken apart, decals removed from it, decals ordered from that from Toy Hacks, and I got it in a baggie, soaking in some baby oil, try to supple up that plastic. Turned out pretty nice, nothing broken on it. Just need to get the little cart and the handle. The handle's harder to find than the little cart that it goes in. But alright, so now I'm gonna glue these axle braces, whatever you want to call them, back in. I found out where the brakes were originally. So I'm gonna use my Mr. Cement plastic weld stuff. Coat the end. Coat the other one. This looks like the kind of plastic it works on. Find the original brake. Hold it. Let it do its magic. Starting to set up. Kind of melts the plastic together. Put some on this side. Went ahead and coated this plastic weld, coated the other side, coated the missing piece. Just that one. And coat that a little. Take some of the pressure off of it. Getting two sides at once. Alright, trying to find a fix with Lego. Lego parts. Antennas are too small. So I took the nippers, nipped that down. That little notch. If I put the tire or the rim on there, I take the little claw thing, it actually fits pretty tight. So I think if I snip this end off and then take like a hacksaw and put a split down the middle of it, pretty much duplicate what was there before. Try that out and see if it goes anywhere. If not, I'll find a different fix. Alright, so I nipped the end off with my nippers right at the end here. Nipped the end off with the nippers, put that in a vise, took a small hacksaw, and I'm going to take and make it a little bit bigger of a channel. Doesn't have to be exactly the way it was, but close and working is what I'm looking for here. So right here I'm thinking maybe this should go on one of these little pins. It does. So what I'll probably do is I'll end up cutting this pin off right here, attaching that to the end of this axle. Then I can put the wheel on and shove that down on it. That should work. It'll be fairly close to the original look. Still hold the wheel on and be able to turn. It's not exact, but really it's not too far off. So I'm going to go get my pin vise, drill that out. I'll snip this off, and I'll put that in there with a little bit of super glue, and that'll give me a place to shove this down on there. Alright, so pin vices are nice, but sometimes I just use these small drill bits that chucks just like a little gripping handle. So I started the hole a little bit off camera. I want to make sure I'm right down the middle, making a pilot hole. Don't want to use power tools. You get off to the side or whatever, you're going to come out the side, you're going to crack the shaft. Then you definitely have to buy a new part. Anytime I can fix something, I'm going to fix it before I actually go buy a part. See how deep we are? Don't have to go super deep, but that's actually not bad. So, about that far in. I'll take the pin vise a little bigger. Take that pilot hole, that helps keep it down the middle. Put a hole there. Definitely have to go bigger. Got a different bit. Match the size up with the Lego. Come in here for the final hole. Not much sidewall left, so you gotta be really careful. So I'm not gonna go very deep. I just want it to sit in there. Just take your time. Make sure you're going straight. Remember, do it in small increments. Very small size for the pilot. Work your way up. Less material you gotta take off. Less chances of cracking things. There we go. Pretty good size hole. Just fits in there. Fits in there nice. It's almost enough where you wouldn't have to use glue. I'll use a little dab of super glue. Find it. There it is. Use a little dab down in the hole. Shove that in there, uncut. Find out how long I need to make it. Just enough to stick out. Mark it right there. Take my nips. Cut a little longer than I have to. You can always cut more off, but you can't always add to it. I always work it around as I bite down on it. There it goes. The wheel on. And then I'm going to shove this on. Maybe. Clean that up. when I cut it. Deformed it. Needle vise or needle file. Dial it down. Let's make sure it works off the wheel. There it goes. Put the wheel back on. Take the part. Slide it on the shaft. Push it down. Take and spread it a little bit. There we go. Little spins. Does not come off. It's really a nice fix for what I had there. Don't have to buy this axle. That's my kind of repair right there. So it's a little gray to black, but I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. Alright, let these sit about an hour. Test them out. Finally set up. There we go. So what I'm going to do to strengthen it up a little bit, run a little bit of super glue down the seam. Give it that little bit of extra oomph. I'll let that sit there. So basically this side ready to go. Got two axles completely unbroken. That'll be the other side. Then I'm missing one complete axle. Wish I would have had the parts. I could have repaired them too, but happy to have what I had. So I'll set that aside. Alright, so I had this sitting down in the vinegar, bowl of vinegar. Definitely a lot better down here. It's not great, but it's definitely a lot better. So I'm going to take a pencil eraser. See this on a lot of Nintendo cartridge repairs. Cleaning up the pins. Works for them, so it should work for this. Alright, now I'm going to bend these out. Almost 40 years of pressure on them. Go ahead and pop the batteries in. Test it first before I put all the internals back in. I thought this was D's. I had D's out yesterday. A C battery. Should work without me touching it, which it does now. Perfect. Nice. That worked. Just need it cleaned up and bent out. So now I'm going to drop the gears back in. Sits there. That catches on that spline right there. I have the top right here. What part moves here? This part's what moves. No? Put it in upside down, maybe? Yep, upside down. There we go. Make sure these little pins right here drop in those holes. This thing's got to slide side to side, catch different gears. That one spins there, and this is what spins and catches. Either that one or that one. Everything else is pretty much fixed. I'm going to try it in the middle. I'm assuming this thing is what engages axles. So we'll try it right in the center. Force it down if I don't have to. Shavings. Slow. So when you line that up, you've got to make sure those little pins right there, the slider pins, drop down on those axles. So you got to have that lined up. So now I can go ahead and put the screws in permanently. Test it again, make sure it's not crazy sounding. Snug, very small screwdriver, hard to over tighten things. Perfect. Okay, now the seat. There's little cutouts on the side. There's little half rods or whatever right there. That slides right down on those. Keeps it in there. And go ahead and attach the top. So it's got tabs, snaps in the back. Line it up good, there we go. Tabs in the front. Snap it together. Alright, already realized I made a mistake here. This has got to go on the slider mechanism. There's a little grab thing there, so I'm going to peel this back apart. It's kind of restoration, one step forward, multiple steps back. Hope we don't break nothing in the process. Too much stress on these things. Just take your time, a little at a time. There we go. So this needs to match up with this. Put the seat back in. That needs to catch on that, so probably better to turn it on slow. All the way back, all the way back. Turn on. Snap in there. There it goes. Going fast. You get both tracks. Off. Slow. You go right or left. There we go. So that's all lined up now. Alright, gonna go ahead and put the battery cover on. Oh my. Perfect. Now the engine covers, the hatches. I forgot to take these off in the video last night, but I realized it real quick when I was cleaning it. Pretty much only one way they can go. It's always nice. It's probably the coolest feature of G.I. Joe's. All the access panels and whatnot. Work that in slowly, don't want to break it. There's that one. There's that one. Alright. I'm going to rebuild the turret. First I got to fix the cannon. I'm going to drill it out. Put the screws in to hold the chassis together. Alright, I'm going to put the 4 screws back in. Actually I had to go back and watch the video to see where those went. I don't know if these actually go there or somebody put them there. I think they go there. They hold the tabs from popping. Snug them up. So the 4 little short ones. Not sure if this is factory or somebody's dad. Nope, this ain't coming apart. And last one. Assume that's factory. It's just not clearly marked. Looking all over for screw holes, can't find them. There we go. So, whoever put those decals on, they put them in the wrong spots. It's going to be slightly stained right here in the front. Just part of it, as Michael French says. I was hoping to find like a weapon or something in there. There wasn't nothing inside there. Go ahead and repair this turret. Alright, so the hardest part about this, if it didn't have the holes, is if you hit just one side or the other on either side, it'll never line up right. But since it's already got a hole there, it gives you a nice pilot hole. Just taking a drill bit. So I got the pin vise, and we're in. Test it with a safety pin. Yeah, the paper clip, I don't know why I keep calling it that. It's actually a little too wallowed out. It's fine. This side, it's a notorious snap spot. A lot of these I've seen at toy shows and just beaters. This is always broke off. There we go. Actually get something a little bit more beefy than that. So we got a Lego whip antenna. Doesn't look like it tapers up, tapers down. I'm gonna take that ball off the end. Test the fit. It's like one size bigger. That was actually pretty tight. Let's wallow it out a little bit. There it goes. Oh, it went deep in there. That's good. Give it a little backbone. Find out how deep this side is. As you can see, it actually pops in that little tube there. I think I'm going to drill all the way through. There it goes. So, drill it all the way through. Doesn't really matter if there's distance at that point. Snap off some. There you go. Without glue, it's pretty much fixed, but trying to line up the original brake. Seems to be there. Get my Mr. Cement. Coat it in. Set it to the side. Hold it together. This part is through. Back tabs, front tabs. All right, one Mauler with its cannon. Which holds that on. I'm gonna go ahead and put on one side of the tracks. Alright, I don't know when that cut off, so got the wheels on, Lego fix, unbroke, screwed in, tread on without taking the pin out, side covers on. There we go. Alright, cannons on, side covers on. This side I'm going to put the repair wheels on. And basically, missing one axle, two wheels. That side's completely done. As you can see for the video I posted before this one, it was missing quite a bit. So this is all I had of the last axle, the cover, what's left of the axle holder, whatever. No wheels, no braking. I'm gonna order those before I put this tread on. I'll let that tread sit in that bag soaked in baby oil. But other than that, even with one side, she's working. No reverse like the Mauler. I don't like going in slow very much. Alright, so there's the Mauler, repaired turret, decal stripped. Decals are ordered, mud flaps are ordered. Got the two antennas, the two smoke grenade launchers, tubes on order. Got the side cover here, got the tow cable ordered. Alright, so coated it in baby oil. Gonna let it sit, waiting for all the parts to show up. Got the side covers on, the mud flaps, side cover, need one axle, other treads in a bag, soaking in baby oil. Mud flap, antenna, smoke grenades. On this side, one of the tow cable pins is there. That one's broke. I'm gonna go ahead and do a repair on that one down the road. I'll make an individual video for that. So, really happy with the way this turned out so far. This will be a multi-part series on this Mauler. The swamp skier, I have it completely cleaned up. Decals are off of it. Decals are ordered for it as well. It's in a bag of baby oil as well. So I store them before I work on them. I'll wipe them all the way down before I ever put decals on them. Clean them with alcohol. But that definitely saves that old plastic. But a big shout out to Faraday. That was a good deal for 12 bucks. So far I have nothing in it. Ordered the decals from Toy Hacks. I think they were like 10 bucks. I'm getting repro cable, smoke grenades, and antennas. $20 for those, ship plus tax. And then still looking for a good axle and the mud flaps. Other than that, it's gonna be a nice working Mauler. I do have Heavy Metal. I picked him up at an auction a long time ago. He doesn't have his mic, of course, but not many of them do. But that's the tank he goes with. He'll be sitting in there with pride. So, yep, this will be the end of this video. Multi-part videos coming up. Thanks for watching.